This is the Amazing Beer Drinking Man. Today we're going to do Magic Hat High PA. If you look at it, you might say it's hipper because we're so used to hearing that and all the news and everything we're talking about medical, but it's actually pronounced High PA. Obviously it's an IPA. Magic Hat is doing a year-long tour of IPAs, they're calling it, so it'll be one each season. This particular season in the fall is going to be this High IPA. Now, Magic Hat's been around since 1994. They're in Burlington, Vermont. They're best known for Magic Hat number 9. Most of us have tried Magic Hat. That's the first Magic Hat that we've tried. It's a not quite pale ale, they call it. I'm sure we'll get around to tasting it sometime on camera. The PAs, as we all remember, IPAs tend to be very overhopped. That is the profile of them, especially American IPAs. The traditional India Pale Ale was overhopped, but not to the degree that the Americans are. This is a single malt beer. It's also brewed with the Columbus hops. Do not know a lot about Columbus hops. Did a little bit of research on them. They seem to be used more for bittering rather than flavor. We'll give that a try in a minute. It is a single hop beer, which is always interesting because you only have the one hop flavor. This is a 6.7% ABV beer, and it's a 70 on the IBU scale, the International Bitterness Unit. So it should be quite bitter when we get to it. Let's give it a crack and see what we got. I'm sure we're going to smell hops on this one. It's a pale yellow. It's actually not that clear. It's a little foggy. I'm surprised. Usually IPAs tend to be very clear. It's got a little bit of haze to it. And it's, I want to say, almost maybe even a little copper to it. Nice white head on it. Not an over abundance of head. Just a decent head. Actually, I'm getting a little citrus flavor. A citrus aroma. I wasn't expecting that. You still get the hops. You can smell the hops. But yeah, I definitely picked up a hint of a citrus along with the hop. Don't really smell the malt at all. Let's give it a taste. You definitely taste the hops, but that we would expect that. That is the nature of the brand, of the style. You do get a hop up front, but not the real bitter up front. You get the bitter at the end. So like I said, you do get a burst of bitter up front. You do taste the hop up front, and you get a very bitter afterbite taste. You might get just a hint of the malt in the middle. A little bit of an earthy tone to the hops. Again, not overly. It's on an IPA scale. It is not over hopped, even at a 70. It's not quite as bitter as I expected when I saw the 70. But you do get a strong bitter aftertaste. If you do not like a bitter aftertaste in your beer, this is not the beer for you. On an IPA scale, I tend to like this one. This is an IPA that I'm finding very drinkable. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. Like I said, it's not overpowering with the first shot, and then you get a clean aftertaste. A little bit of earthy resin tones in there on the hops. Not much malt flavor at all. I would give this, if I was in a mood for an IPA, this would be a 4 cap. Obviously, if you're not in the mood for an IPA, you wouldn't crack one out. But if you like IPAs, I think you would like this one. If you don't like IPAs, like all IPAs, stay away from it. This is the Amazing Beer Drinking Man.